That's good. Oh, oops. I put that in here, and this kit does not have drops for Path of Exile, so let's get rid of that. There we go. Can put that over here, though. Aha. And that's not right. Yeah, it's not right at all. That didn't fix it. There we go. Oh, I'm fighting for my life. I don't know if you were here, Nola, but we finally no longer have to play Metaphor. And it is a wonderful day. It is everything we ever dreamed it would be. It's no more Path of Exile to, or not Path of Exile, no more Metaphor to stress me out. It was a solid ending, very color by numbers anime ending, but it was good. They did a weird hint of like, ooh, who's he gonna be with? You'll have to see next time on. Like, that was the ending. Kind of weird. That part was odd, but let's see. As far as camera goes, what would I be better off blocking? Probably not the build. I could block here or here. I don't think there's many menus that cover the middle of the screen. That's not the right direction. Hold on. I've done this before, I promise. This never happens. It never. Oh, no, let's turn that too. Yeah. There we go. Good. There should be fine, right? And readjust. Hey, we didn't explode and everything updated the way it's supposed to. Awesome. Awesome. Now, as far as build goes, playing a ranger. I'm rocking the traditional skills leading into magnetic salvo. I don't have the skill yet because I'm not high enough level, but basically it's this, but with lightning arrows instead. I've gotten kind of far into Act 3, so I am a little bit farther in than some other options here. For now, let's, I might actually turn music back on at one point, but I think we're in the middle of some story stuff, so I want to not block the yappity yap. Oh, and of course, YouTube has decided to wet itself. The unfortunate thing is have a couple of options for setting the streams up with multi-stream, right? Unfortunately, if it's blocked bitrate wise from the main canvas, I can't dual stream at different bit rates to YouTube yet. The only way to do that is to put YouTube as the primary broadcast and then put Twitch as the secondary. But if I do that, then we can't have music at all. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I actually do like in the morning when we get started of having our little yappity yap session and like kind of hanging out. That actually kind of makes my morning a bit, makes this a little bit more like I don't know, it feels official to me. Like I don't Feels professional to have our like, okay, how's everybody's day? Let's do this. Like before. Okay, everything is finally not on fire anymore. Good. Oh man, is this another one of those games that the sound disappears when I alt tab out? Might need to fix that because I have to bounce back and forth like a lot. Oh no, it's not turned on. Okay, it's too low. Turn that, wait, hold on. Okay, that's good. Let me know sound-wise how that's doing for you guys, but it looks like it's fine on my end. So I'm not going to mess with it too. I thought about viewing the Exodus channel while we were Exodus trailer while we were setting up this morning, but kind of forgot. We had to get my youngest ready for a dentist appointment, so everything else seemed a little bit more superfluous, and I never got around to fixing it. Okay.
Yet again, I must call upon Alva.
Alva's weirdly perky.
This is the largest soul core I've ever seen.
Oh, I've seen this fight.
In the waterways, but it isn't charged. There is still latent energy residing here. From what I can gather, these lines in the stonework should lead to generators. You might need to find some more soul cores to spin them up, but everything looks to be in surprisingly decent condition. Maybe the constructs have been maintaining all this. In any case, let's hope it still functions. We'll then have to remove that large soul core from the wall, of course. But that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Let's do this. At least it's not directly into that fight, because I've seen that fight before, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Take this!
So my current setup is for mobbing, like killing small groups of dudes. It's my lightning arrows, and then ricochets between each lightning rod on the ground. Which is going quite nicely, and I don't want to change that too much just yet. It is a little on the noisier side, though, which is why I was like adjusting stuff when we got started. Single target, we're using the rain of arrows in a tighter grouping. And this move here, which puts a mark on their head, and when they get a crit, it like doubles the damage or something. I can't remember, but there's a couple other moves that I want to look at. There's one for crossbow. For crossbow shoots out a shotgun of...
Got no pack space for that.
Am I really already overly full? I am. Awesome. I knew I forgot to do something before I stopped playing last night. Hey, excuse me? Ah. Good. This game with multiple people, though, is weirdly fun. I was running with Queenie, formerly known as Queen of Taming, a while back. Running a 6-stack of people. Dude. Like, people complain about, oh man, this game's so hard. And to be fair, it is very difficult. But it doesn't scale properly for multiple people. So, you run 6 people and you just run wild over the content. Kind of crazy. I haven't figured out what I want to do with these bows yet. It's only slightly better than the bow I have. The difference is the bow oh, you know what? The lightning rod skill only translates physical damage into... Huh. Actually, I could just crash most of that. That's good. There's a couple of weird things that aren't like explained to you too well when you start the game. Is that worth holding on to? I don't want to say yeah, but I don't know yet. So for now, we'll just throw it in the box. There's a really cool build. The guy that starts with a shotgun, the mercenary, he has a build that lets you socket more gems. And that's kind of on the fantastic side because of all the crazy stuff you can do with it. I saw someone did, they were running the mercenary with a quarterstaff, one of these. And the quarterstaff kind of works like a element imbued. Think Gandalf, but like instead of casting stuff, well, I mean, he didn't really cast stuff anyway. That's an entirely different story. But like when he used his staff to like hit people a lot, there was a couple of pushback things and stuff he did. But I think instead of doing that, like every time he swung it, lightning came out of the end. That's basically what the staff is for. And Monk's got some really cool stuff that works with that. However, the mercenary has a class that lets him equip more gems to their abilities and like augment stuff more. And the dude went full intelligence, which is already really weird. He went full intelligence and with a quarterstaff and a mercenary, which seems like completely counterintuitive because mercenaries, a lot of their base stuff is strength dex combined. But they ignored all that. They went down the Gem Legion route and all intelligence. So every time they swung their staff, the lightning covered like almost the whole screen. It was crazy. And this is my favorite time for games like this, the discovery phase. Oh, yo, hold on. One of my cats just Mufasa'd Mufasa'd or scarred the other one off the counter. Like literally only one of us lived and boot the other one off, and he screamed like a psychopath on the way down. They're fine. They went back to immediately playing, but... Oh, okay, so little side notes for people that haven't played this game yet. When you see stuff like this is white, not like really something I would use right now. So normally at this level, you'd leave it on the ground so you don't have to pick it up and take up space. However, it's got these two little pips. That means it's got sockets. So I want to get that so I could take the sockets out of it to make like material so I can make sockets for other items. There's another type of how the wording here, that spined bracer. If you see superior and then the name of the item, you almost always want to pick that up as well for the same reason, because you can take it apart and make other things. And a lot of the oh my gosh, my cats are going crazy right now. A lot of the ways to fill in the gaps of your build is through crafting. Where'd he go? I didn't beat him to that. Oh no, he just went invisible. Okay. was really wondering for a second what happened.
Quick and lethal.
Nice. Ooh. Hopefully that turns into... That lasted longer than it normally does. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Now, most of that's garbage, but I'm not going to worry about it too much.
I shall overcome.
I did accidentally pick up a light there that I need to chuck out. The rattling scepters are nice if you're doing a minion build because it gives you melee minions, but we're not worried about that just yet. I'm working on a warrior that is, instead of doing actual attacks, he's running minions. All of his defenses come from his warrior abilities, and at later levels, almost every class needs defenses. So he front loads all his defenses with his warrior abilities, and then all his damage comes from minions. It's a really weird feeling too, because you don't have any attack abilities that aren't minion based. Oh well, at one point you pick up Flame Wall, but you use a scepter in one hand and a shield in the other. You don't have any direct attacks really. The Flame Wall is all just to augment all the projectiles your minions shoot through the Flame Wall. But some of that build has already been nerfed. It got nerfed last height, I want to say. So the chances of us actually... Hey. The chances of us getting too far into that build is actually kind of low. I don't get enough gameplay time to worry about running multiple builds. Now, I did see something that if we ever get to the point where the stream is self-sufficient... Okay, who's rezzing? If we ever get to the point where the stream is self-sufficient, I'm actually going to probably start... Noxus! How's it going this morning, Noxus? How was work? Or is it your day off? I never can keep track. I always want to say I think your day off is Thursday, but then I barely even know what day it is. Actually, is it Thursday? What day is it? Oh no. Wait. So yesterday was Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Words. I'm not worried about it. Let's not think. Thinking is hard. The whole point of this day was to not have to read and have thoughts. Of course she does. Ugh, I can't do shout-outs through Caster Labs. Well, I can, but I'm lazy. So I would have to type her name out all the way. I can't do autocomplete through Caster Labs, unfortunately. Now, this game looks kind of easy right now, but it's the minion type we're going against. Skeletons and undead just really aren't. They aren't, unfortunately, they're not really an enemy you have to worry about. Almost every single build can take care of these guys without a problem at all. Especially our build, which is amazing at mobbing. There's another version of this, though, that has the shotgun lightning build from the crossbow. And I've been thinking about that kind of hard. But my thought is maybe doing it the other way around. Of putting it on a mercenary. Because the mercenary gets a bunch of stuff for, improving the crossbow and some stuff like that. Which the crossbow kind of needs it. Allegedly, it got a buff last night, but I haven't seen any of that just yet. I wonder what's in here. Oh, rude. He actually hit me. Yes. Yes, Take. We are finally free from Metaphor. We finished it yesterday. I actually lucked out in a weird way. My youngest got sick at school. It turns out she wasn't like sick. We think she was just playing too hard and made herself sick. Because she was feeling fine after that. But because of all that, I actually got to run my stream longer. We did an 8-hour stream yesterday just to finish up Metaphor, so I didn't have to play it today.
How can I be of aid? Move swiftly.
My wife was fantastic and took care of everything, so I didn't have to. Kind of nice. The 8 life per kill is kind of nice, but I think we've finally, it's not even our level, it's still behind our level, but man, am I losing a lot by getting rid of the +1 to all projectile skills though? No, which one is, there's something I need. Oh, here it is. Oh, and then I have to fire once. Okay, let's go back through the portal real quick. But yeah, we finally finished up. Okay, 379. Oh, none of that's going to be accurate because of the stupid buff I get. Hold on. $427. Where's lightning rod? Okay, 169. Which I think, to be honest, that should be better, right? It is better by 1 point. You know what? We'll just go with it for now. And I'll worry about that later. I really, the +1 to all projectiles is really nice, unfortunately. Okay, let's portal back and get rid of all my garbage. This is one of those things, like, you collect loot and stuff. And people always call games like this either looter shooters or like whatever. But like, looter shooters to me is synonymous with garbage. Because I know that sounds a little rude, but 9 times out of 10 with a lot of those games, over like 80-90% of the stuff you pick up isn't good. It is poor in one way or another, or like worse than what you already have. So you end up carrying around below average items for a really long time. So I've kind of gotten this weird habit of just calling them garbage collectors, not looter shooters, because you collect way more garbage than you do actually useful items. Can I hang on to that in the box for now? Let's actually do that. Anything else? Oh.
Some odds and ends. It's a deal. Keep your eyes sharp.
Okay. Oh. Wait. Hold up. Hold up. I did something dumb. Where'd it go, though? Oh, God. What are they called? Oh, and this is a bunch of stuff I haven't sorted through yet. I really did just, like, crash out last night, didn't I? It's not currency, is it? Oh, it is a currency? I didn't know that. Oh, look at that. That's actually kind of cool. Okay. That tab is a special tab I bought from, there was a sale going on. And to get into this game, you have to pay like $30 entry fee, basically. You get $30 worth of in-game currency, though. Or like there's some other ways to get into, like getting an invite from other people. People that bought like higher degrees of the game also get like keys to share with their friends. But those keys obviously don't have currency attached to them. Well, I actually bought into this kind of early on to the $30 version of the game. And I had $30 worth of currency, and I spent most of that already on stash tabs. The one I really wanted. Hey, look at that.
I need to find another soul core to use this. Best keep moving.
That doesn't look great. And we turned that on purpose. Did it turn all these? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. We turned all the automation on. Oh, man. Now, there's supposed to be a way. I haven't seen how to do it yet. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I wondered how we did it. They added the ability to move from checkpoint to checkpoint. And I heard people talk about it, but I didn't actually watch anybody do it.
Storm point.
The reason why that's important is there's a lot of times, beginning of the level, important parts of the level have checkpoints before bosses or whatever, but then there's like nothing else in there. And you can either teleport back to town or whatever, but the checkpoints now give us a way to get back out without, like, you would go back to town, checkpoint back into the map. It was like 2 extra load screens to move quicker. So they've made it to where instead of you doing all that, just you walk up to a checkpoint and you can use that to get to another checkpoint that is on the current map. A lot of people are like, oh, well, what's the point in movement skills? And it's like, how is that any different from teleporting home?
I do
you
know a way out. If we fail and the Empire falls, I have one last resort. I fear it, but it is my last hope. We imprisoned Iklotil, the Black Jaw, in a soul core, alone for his crimes. Isolated like that, without any other souls in the lattice, his stone form seemed to retain much of his personality. Do I dare drain my own lifeblood into something we used as a punishment worse than death? We have toiled so long to defeat death. All I know now is fear. If the sky turns to blood, if flames consume Utsal, only then will I decide.
Okay. So, this is a play on this whole area, this whole part of the map, part of the act that we're in is a play on like kind of similar to Aztec lore. I don't know what you call it. Mythos. It's a play on that, and there's a lot of nods to Aztec stuff. Everything's ran by these blood crystals that they get from sacrificing people to their chaos magic and the chaos god. And that right now they've got this technology that runs off of it, but the only way to get those crystals is by sacrifice. So their entire civilization is kind of ran 40K style, because 40K does a lot of similar things of the only way to power a ship through the warp is by having a person that's so jacked up on super chemicals and super drugs that they can walk into the radiation as it melts their flesh off their body to like refill the core or something. I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to read all of it. It was freaking me out really bad. But they basically, that person, their entire job is to die to put the core thing in. And they have, you know, every time they make a jump, they have to sacrifice another person to get the ship to work. And it's kind of weird. A lot of stuff in 40K is that way. And this is kind of like a weird Aztec version of that. Like, they have all this automation, all these like robots and stuff that kind of feel a little bit like the Dwemer from, mixture of the Dwemer and Aztec, basically. Kind of what you're getting from it. That, kind of steampunky, but everything's made of stone. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I really like the flavor is where I'm going with that rambling session. I got 2 shot in the back. Oh, gosh. The first one stunned me, so I couldn't roll out of the second one. Now, if this was hardcore, I would have lost my character. Actually, I don't even know. As much as I would love the concept of playing hardcore, this game has too many random things like that, where it's like, not random, but it's like, you know, if you're fighting this boss for the first time, you're definitely going to lose, you know, that type of thing. There's some of them that do so much. I got stunned again. And frozen. Oh. Oh, is that what's doing it? That guy? Okay. That's better. That's better. Oh, robot was zapping me in the butt. Felt a little R2-D2 about it. Oh, that elite just got deleted. That entire time I didn't use this, and I need to get used to it. It puts a rune on the ground that if I stand in the rune, it heals me up and reduces like certain curse debuffs and stuff faster. For the life of me, it's new, so I keep forgetting that I have it. It was a tier 2 support gem called Holy Descent. Leaps in the air, creates consecrated ground when you land. Consecrated ground makes ooh, a superior blue. Okay. Consecrated ground gives you faster life regen and reduced curse times. I've had such an easy time of it that I wasn't really paying too much attention when I went into the fight with those guys. I was like looking over at chat and fighting at the same time. Kind of my bad. I could have just stopped looking at chat for a minute, but nope. I wonder if this is, it doesn't look like it. Sometimes lightning bills really destroy your bitrate on OBS, and I was kind of worried about that. It doesn't look like it's too bad, though. Been holding on to a bunch of my rings, just due to the fact that there's been a couple of fights where it's like the first half of the fight was pretty easy, and then the second half they suddenly swapped to you know, I do believe my screen shake is back on. Where's it at? Bum, 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 bum. Is that under graphics? It might be under graphics. Nope. Not under graphics. Interface? That doesn't sound right. I have thought about actually changing the color of my cursor, but on console, the thing I'm looking for is in this menu. I'm not seeing it. Am I just overlooking it? It's not gonna be under interface because that's all like UI stuff. I don't know. It's unfortunate. I'll just have to Google it later because it might end up being on PC. It might end up being a. I kind of swore I had it turned off, but maybe I turned it off on the Xbox when I was playing over there over the weekend. Which is a rough feeling. Some of the classes work pretty good, or like some of the builds and stuff work pretty good on console without much of a problem. This one struggles a bit due to the fact that like I can shoot here, or here, here, or here, and I can set up lines of arrows. But on console, this specific little setup is really hard to pull off due to the way the targeting and stuff goes. What's the green exclamation mark? Oh, is that actually back to where she is at, maybe? I don't know. Let's go see. No, 'cause she's over here. What's this? I've never seen that. Is that the last place I died? Oh, I died and dropped the soul core. Okay. That's nice. That's really nice that that put it. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, no. Do I tempt it? Let's tempt it. Wait, how does this work again? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, okay, it's the other way. What? Oh, okay, my bad.
Unnatural. Unpredictable.
Okay. It doesn't look like it changed it too much. That's good. Actually, did it cap out some of it? It might have. Huh. We'll see. So corrupted's... Oh, and that's the thing for the checkpoint. Look at that. And then I can just teleport over here if I need to. That'd be farther away than we want. Nice option. Because then if we find another... Well, I think the corrupted altar only works once. So we are about to... Say about. I think I have to do another half of this dungeon. What is all that? That was weird. What changed? I heard a bunch of like mechanical stuff changing. I actually play the game on WASD, which lets me do this. Backing up and shooting at the same time. And you can't do that with a point and click. Well, you probably could. Like I've seen people do micromanaging in
Charged arrow.
I've seen people do micro movements in StarCraft and stuff all the time. I just am not capable of that. People that came from League or played PoE a lot, maybe, but like a lot of the older PoE builds I saw was kind of all about eliminating that type of movement from being needed. So I don't know how viable this actually is. Oh, it's some sort of earthquake thing that I'm just not paying attention about too. Yeah, I see it now. It's really dark down here, so I'm not seeing like some of the effects on the ground that might be. Okay, that connects back up to where this other one was. It's kind of cool that they have these enemies in here. Because there is a set of summons that you can get that do the exact same thing. Where they throw like explosive pots. And it's a nice like double use of an animation. They didn't have to, that minion isn't the only one using the animation, so it's getting like double purpose, which is kind of nice. Ugh, hate these things. Oh, and I see why we have them. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Let's run through these real quick. There we go. Ooh. Armor scrap. That's the thing we want to, what I was saying, anytime you see something that's superior, that's the reason why we want to grab that. Is so we can break it down into armor scrap. Or weapon scrap. I think weapon actually breaks into, pieces of a whetstone, but same concept. It's kind of funny, the farther you get into the game, the more you have to interact with those systems. And it seems like a lot of people are like ignoring it, I guess would be the better term. Ignoring their, you know, I've been thinking, for games like this, would it be better to do longer blocks of ads and fewer breaks? I don't know. I also don't feel as compelled to stop and chill in these games, unless we're like talking about something during the break. Like at one point, obviously, the better option would be if we had enough subs and stuff to like have a private chat every little bit, and then we might actually put it back up to every hour. 3 minutes of talking just to the subs in the channel would be kind of cool. But that's you know, years in the future, or getting really lucky and having a TikTok suddenly go viral. Let's see. Are you stealing all the ice, dearest? I think that's a yes. Yeah, there it goes. It's like our most used appliance right now is our ice maker. I definitely thought I saw chaos magic on the ground. I did. Where's it coming from? Oh, you really fighting me from outside the room? Okay. Okay. That's handy. Ooh. Frost and volatile flowers. Not a great combo. Oh my gosh, it disappeared again. There we go. Some of these combos that they have are just kind of booty cheeks. I really hate the volatile flowers, because you get hit by one of them, you're normally just dead unless you're immune to chaos damage. Woo! There we go. Now that is definitely going in the box to be saved. Yup.
That would only slow me
Oh
down.
man, really? Let's do some management real quick. Boom. Ugh, I don't really have anything good to manage out of the way. There we go. Oh, give me 1 second. I do want to tell my wife about the ridiculous thing the cats did. Okay, I'm back. We haven't found the stone for this yet, have we? Oh, we did. Look at that.
That should do it.
Let's power up this giant energy death machine. That sounds like a great idea.
In my sight.
There we go. We've already been up here, so all that's going to do is get more of the mech minions after us. Ooh, what is that? They had like a golden aura on it. What was that? I don't know. Oh, there is another soul core, which means there's most likely another treasure door or sidebar.
Powering up an ancient generator. What could go wrong?
That as well, being able to aim past enemies to throw arena arrows on an enemy behind is kind of fantastic. I doubt you'd be able to properly pull that off on controller.
Got no pack space.
Really?
For that.
I don't have enough pack space for there we go. Yeah, that's probably like the absolute limit of stuff I can find though. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to shoot through this gap. Hold on, let me just go in here. There we go. Cool. Let's do that, and then we'll get out of here. Do a cell run. I do this all the time. One of the other games, I want to say it's Diablo, when you hit your teleport, it just takes you with it. And this one, you have to like click it afterwards, and I always just wait. Like waiting for the loading screen to finish. Let's see. What was I doing? I think I was moving over here for something. This acrobatics. Yeah, the one that worries me, 70% less evasion rating. But oh, I needed something actually. There was I wanted to equip. Is it strength I'm out of? Yeah. Oop, oop, strength, fly. Okay, and that should give me. Do I still have it? I had a tier 2 gem I was like holding on to. No, I've already used it. Unfortunate. Oh well. Boom, boom. Amethyst ring isn't amazing, but I do have others that are better. Let's I had one that was also worse. Ooh. Did that auto place? Hey, it did. Oh, I have 2 of these now. Huh. Oh, one that's a low rank. We could use this one pretty early. This one's not to level 36, but having a backup set is not bad. Leech's Life, that could be all right. I think we're going to... I don't know. Let's keep that. I'm not 100% sure yet, armor-wise, like what all I should be keeping and what all I shouldn't. So if anything looks like it has some of the more stand-out, harder to get skills, I've been holding on to it. There's some that like chest piece that has spirit on it is ridiculously good. Well, one of these was yellow. I don't have enough of the there's a currency that breaks into. Oops, didn't do that right. There we go. Yeah, it breaks into the royal shards, which then turn into royal orbs. Upgrades a magic to a rare. Sometimes you'll find like some magic items that are like, oh man, if this was just higher tier, it would be way better. Well, that's what this is for. Takes your blue and makes it a yellow. And that's kind of nice. It gives you more of the little attribute slots here, the prefixes and the suffixes. Grab that. Soul core. They have it like dropped on any time you load, so that you're not like taking it to an area you're not supposed to have it in. Like that's pretty foresightly. You would automatically assume your player base would try to break your game. It's good, good, good. Probably here, maybe. Ooh. That's new. What is that guy? Oh my gosh. He's like his whole top just spins. A Beyblade. The other thing that's kind of weird with that, with some of the targeting, like you don't just shoot in a direction. Like if it, look, because it's auto-targeted, I'm aiming over here, but it's hitting this guy. I'm using a single target move. Now, if I use some of the other ones, those don't matter, but you have some lock-on ones like my Stormcaller arrow that you're more about doing highlights than you are aiming. It's really frustrating because there's a boss that is very speedy later that you can't lock onto while she's in her speedy mode. And it makes it feel incredibly awkward. I didn't find another use for this, stone, so I guess we're just gonna truck it back here and do the main boss. I was hoping we'd find something, but it doesn't look like it. Let's see. It's kind of funny because I'm like, I want a game where I don't have to think. Here's all these stats, statistics, and all this stuff I have to constantly keep track of.
Oh dear. Now we just have to remove it from that giant construct. Good luck.
She really did just portal out on us. Oh, okay. Ooh. What is that? What is that? No, what is that? Ow. Well, I don't know what we learned, but we definitely died. I don't know what the move there was. Like, clearly there was a triangle, But was I supposed to stand in the triangle, I wonder? I don't know. Yeah, I looked out that time and just like kicked him out of the animation. Okay.
You should be dead. Now the core is mine.
Huh. Now I have to return to the infested barrens and activate the stone altar. I don't even remember what the infested barrens is. I remember I kept accidentally going there yesterday, but not going there on purpose. Did I get all my optionals down here? I did. Awesome. That's good. Oops. The map system I screw up a lot, so ignore all that. Okay, I got my Venom Drought. Got all of these. This makes it look like we can come back here and do it again, but I don't think we can. This is the only permanent choice in the entire game. Each time we come through the act, we get a different option. I went with mana regen just because this specific ranger class is very mana heavy. I actually use more mana on this on almost every class, but the sorceress thing I've got going on the one I'm playing with my wife. It's all about throwing out these like ice orbs, and it just eats my mana. That's not a good sound. Did it lower this? Is that what it did? Oh, okay. That seemed a little silly, but... Ooh, what was that? Ah. I suddenly got hit by a giant draft bear when you got him. I thought the, like, back door or something had, like... You know how our front door does that? Sometimes the wind just, like, blows it open.
Charged arrows.
Well, we definitely get to cross that at one point. Yeah, they have aqueducts and everything. Like,
They'll steer clear of me.
ooh.
If only the Val lasted half as long as their contraptions.
Yeah, unfortunately, they got a little too into chaos magic and kind of destroyed themselves. But these are some proper aqueducts. However, that moving water wouldn't cause this much algae. Like, I know why they did it, but you'd see sediment, you wouldn't really see green. I mean, that's not necessarily true. I know the Amazon's got a lot of mangroves and whatnot. Is this going to does that just do this one, or does it do the one over here? Ah, it does the one over here as well. Look at that. We're using our puzzle brain. I hate it. Ooh, I need to not roll backwards against that. As I roll backwards again.
Prepare yourself.
It feels kind of silly. There's a boss in Act 1 that's got this like giant mace. He hits once in front of him and then once behind him. Every single time, just bam, bam. Every time he uses that specific move. And And it feels so weird because you're fighting him, right? And then you roll through him to do the first hit, and then you roll back. So you're actually rolling through his character model, not through, Oh, okay. I was hoping... Oh, man. Let's see what I have to do. I want to see what's over here, so we're going to backtrack. And this is the one thing that I need movement abilities for. I have to keep this buff up. It's all I have right now for movement abilities. 10% extra movement speed as long as I have Tailwind up. This is the one I wanted to see in what was in here before. And it's nothing. I'm so glad we came and did this. But I get. Let my curiosity take over and got nothing for it. Buh.
Item overcome.
I keep accidentally hitting Z as I'm hitting A and turning my loot vision off or whatever we're calling that. I kind of like, oh, it does drink both of them. Okay. I think this is not the right way. But then I see this here and I wonder. Yeah, this might actually be the right way. It's unfortunate. Let's tag it like that and then we're back to it. So there's another version of this, what I'm working up to, is you put these down, and then you throw one of these like frost explosions, but instead of frost, it's lightning, and every single one of the explosions activates one of the lightning rods. And it seems like it could be good, but I do wonder if it wouldn't be better running the crossbow that shoots out shotgun bullets that are all electrified. Every single one of the little shard pellets that it shoots out can activate the lightning rod, which is kind of massive.
In my sight.
Oh, they just loop back around to the same place. Awesome. I'm so glad I backed up. The maps in the later zones. I'm in Act 3 right now. The maps get massive. Like, you go from being able to, like, navigate an entire map in, like, 5 minutes to being, like, 30. But I also do, as best as I can anyway. I don't always follow it, but I try to do full completion. Full completion obviously takes a lot longer. This probably sends us forwards. Let's interact with the checkpoint. The other one's all the way back over here. Okay. Whoa! That was a bit much, lady. There we go.
Too slow.
Ooh. Feels like some of these bosses, like that one, they're too many, you know? I mean, that meteor really caught me off guard, but it didn't kill me, so not as effective as some of the other little mini bosses we've had that have mechanics like that. But like instead of just getting hit by a ton of damage, it also stuns you. So they like stuns you or freezes you. So they get you like a wombo combo type of deal. Didn't get that from that. But as far as playing this on console goes, it's actually kind of nice. It's not bad. There's some builds that don't, you know, you gotta kind of alter a bit. This whole thing where I can shoot wherever I want is really strong, obviously. But the Mercenary's crossbow just kind of shoots stuff in a straight. Oh god! Corpse explosion. Those guys are rough. The little monkeys, they get like really fast at some point. They can have modifiers that make them run really fast. And I've seen them just completely swarm somebody and hit them so fast that none of their shields or anything even activates. Wonder what's going on here. I mean, I feel like we come back there at some point. It looks like it's walkable like some of the other areas. So I'm just straight up ignoring the guy directly in my face. Oh, I saw it coming. I still screwed it up. Alright. Stop with the corpse explosions, man. It's not nice. It is not nice. So, because this is still technically early access, when we finish up Act 3, it lets us go back through and well, lets us, I guess forces us, is probably more accurate, to go back to Act 1, and we play through the act again on a, like, tormentor difficulty. All the fights are harder, a lot of them have different moves that you didn't have to deal with the first time. Which I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Some of the early fights, once you know the fight, it becomes so easy that if it was just the same thing, but they had a little bit more health, it would feel old very quick. Let's explore this once we get this open, because this definitely looks like forwards. This is the one I was talking about. Oh, actually. Oh, look at that. This is forwards, because we have to find another one to lower that. Okay. Okay. Now, we might tomorrow, just to say that I did play it on stream, we might do a little bit of Marvel Rivals. Right? Which is a very nice free-to-play game. That is, you know, as much as people are like, oh, it's just Overwatch. No, it's so much better than Overwatch, unfortunately. Like, Overwatch has been around for so long, but they've sat on the IP and done absolutely nothing for so long that, like, even their skins aren't, like, Overwatch skins aren't what they used to be, like, even in the slightest. They'll have, like, an $18 recolor. And in a way, that's kind of Marvel stuff too, right? You know, Spider-Man only has so many outfits before they're just recolors, but so far they've done a pretty good job of picking out the ones that are like hyper unique, or the ones that pair up with the movies. You know, because that's what people want to see. They want to see either stuff from really popular comic editions or from movies and similar. Some of the team-ups are the same, too. Like, there's special abilities that if you have certain people on your team, you get extra powers. There's one where, like, example, Hulk and Wolverine. If they're on the same team, Hulk can pick up a Wolverine and throw him like a baseball, like chuck him at people. And like Wolverine's whole thing is he has to be in melee range, so him getting there a whole lot quicker is kind of nice. The problem is a lot of people just use it for trolling, where they purposely throw Wolverine off the map, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Prepare yourself.
Cool. And none of this is important. I do need to look at getting the next set of upgrades so I can start bloody increasing it. Have enough to properly like push up another piece of armor. That's probably due, to be straight honest with you. Yeah, level 16. I have a level 33 chest piece, which I ended up having to put, a bunch of fire resist into it. One of the boss fights I had done earlier. Huh. This looks like one of those places we put a soul stone in. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, but the fish. The poor fish. Map is so big. Look at all this. You can't even see it all because it goes off screen. Still nothing. Hello? There we go. Hey. Ooh, that was a little, that's still broken. That's not even open. Can I walk down here? Okay. I'm not going to question it too much. If it works, right? Hey, this is the other one I was looking at earlier. It's like, why did it bring us all the way down here? It was to show us that we still had water that we needed to remove. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really need that belt. I'm looking for a belt that has 2 charms on it. As of right now, I don't have one with 2 charms. But maybe that's a, Oh! Okay, I don't know which one of y'all did that, but we don't get to fight if you're a special. Some of the elites and stuff do not, they don't respawn when you die. It's actually one of the way to farm the Chaos Trial. Chaos Trial drops corrupted gear, and like a lot of it. So you get all the way to like the end. You purposely die to the boss, and you like take all the gear out. You get on the Chaos tokens, you get like 10 attempts or whatever. You waste your first couple of attempts. I went ahead and just did it because it also gives you this lever really was broken. It's not even here anymore. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at that. These guys are still swimming like there's water. Yeah, that's I broke something there. Uh-oh. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it. It'll be fine. My sound's getting weird on my end too. Let's get out of this puddle. It sounds like I'm underwater on my end. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Detonating ring. Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna crush me so bad. No, not again. Never. I'll get it in a second, Leechy. I'm dying.
Easy trophy.
Actually, you know what? I can actually pause. I forgot. I'm not with the team right now. So I can big stretch and hydrate. Which is good, because that was stressing me out. That's why I died earlier. I had 2 elites on me, not just one. I had one that was doing the fire explosive. Ah! You know the funny thing about that, Legion, is Nola might actually make a bot to do that on command every time you do the regular hydrate. I brought it up and I'm like, oh no. Okay. We'll get back to this. I've been looking at, I was cleaning my ear cups today for my regular headphones. And it's kind of rough. Super gross. Like, took me a while to get them clean. And it took me so long that it wasn't, that I did not get to wear them for stream somewhere in earbuds right now. But in the process of doing all that, I'm like cleaning it and like reading stuff, like reading articles and stuff while doing all this at the same time. And I purposely got for my Xbox Elite headset, I got cloth set because they breathe more and it makes your ears not sweat, right? And I was like, oh, that's good. I originally was going to get a set that had like cooling gel inside of it. But then after doing some research, found out that a lot of the cooling gel only really works for about the first 20 minutes of you wearing them. And then it's just as hot as normal. And I'm like, if not hotter. Like, well, that's not what I want. I wanted something that would breathe so they're easier to clean. So my ears and stuff aren't sweating so bad. And I thought that was the way to go, right? I went cloth. Well, come to find out, cloth is really bad for absorbing sweat and oil. So even though your ears don't sweat as much, they, the oil and sweat gets absorbed by the sponge part of the ear cups. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I do about that? And it's like, just replace them often. And I'm like, they're $15 a piece. What do you mean? Like, I'm not doing that. I know that much. I'm not replacing no ear cups every couple of months for $15. I'm not doing that. So I was like, you know what? Let's actually ask someone that's a little bit more. Oh. 88% increase to evasion and energy shield. If I increase the reduced attribute requirement, I really worry about taking that off. Let's hold on to that for now. I'm not going to throw it in the box. I'm going to get the rest of the stuff out of my inventory so I don't have to look at it. Ooh, 102 armor. More max life. Max mana. I lose out on lightning and cold resist. If it really comes down to it, I could probably throw a gem socket on something. Let's not worry about that. You disenchant. Let's disenchant that belt. Actually, what level is that belt? Nah. It's fine, we'll disenchant it. And then we'll keep everything else.
Some odds
And
and ends
then
we
we'll
found
sell
in my tribe could
everything.
use.
Oh, I wanted to break that apart too. I didn't see it. Okay, so let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, good. It didn't kick all of my stuff off. Yeah, I'm using earbuds right now, and it's something I can like easily, because they're silicone, you can wipe it with a wipe to like clean it. And you know, I have to wear them every day I stream, and when I'm not streaming, sometimes I'm still on the computer while the kids are home, just so I can like watch a video or something. I put headphones on so they don't have to hear it. This is 343, but how much of that is caused by increased quality? This is going to be a waste, know it, but I'm gonna try and increasing the quality, increasing the quality of that item. But so in all that research, I was like, you know what? Who I need to look into? I need to look into sports broadcasters. I need to look into sports broadcaster equipment. I need to look into professional DJs, right? People that have to wear headphones for 8+ hours. What are they wearing? And almost every single one of them are wearing leather ear cupped headphones, which to me kind of slightly blows my mind because that seems ridiculous, but I hope this is worth all this. I don't know if it's going to be, but we're definitely going to check. Okay. That's up to 20. Now, our evasion doesn't get up to quite the same amount. And at one point, we might actually have to look into more evasion, especially when I buy this next statistic. So I'm not going to break this apart. I'm going to save it in... Let's actually put a... Oops. Let's put this over here. Let's add it to armor. And let's name it. Name it Ranger Backup. Oh, I did that wrong. Ugh. There we go. And for now, anything I'm trying to keep or practice with, we'll do that. Evasion rating is 85 with this. Out at 74. The cap for evasion, I want to say is 90. Yeah, 86. 85. Yeah, the only thing I'm missing out on is actually the fire defense. I mean, as far as defenses go. That extra energy shield is very nice. They have to get through your energy shield to get to your health. Unless they're using piercing effects like bleed and that type of stuff. Yeah, for now, let's throw this in the box. So I do believe I need to still do this though. Oh man, am I out of them? Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm just dumb. I'm perfectly fine with that. If dumb is the problem, I am 100% okay with it just me being overlooking something. Okay. Still not great, but at least I'm not taking extra damage from fire. I'll call that a win. Let's use this while we're at it. Do it on frost salvo. Oh, that doesn't go there. I have another box for that. Which I haven't named yet, because it's one of my... What was that? Something up here did something. Or was it somebody behind? It might have been somebody behind the panel, actually. But yeah, so I was looking into it, and a lot of them use leather. Because leather's really easy to clean. You wipe it down with a dry towel or something as soon as you're done using them. If you feel like it's like getting too wet, like mid whatever, you just wipe them down, like take them off, hit it with a quick paper towel or whatever and put them back on. You don't really use like cleaners and stuff on it. Like you're not going to want to like use a Lysol wipe. But the one downside is about every 6 months, you do need to put like leather treatment on it. But I'm like, if I'm already, right now I'm doing like a deep clean on my headset where I like take it and I scrub it with a little bit of I get like vinegar. I'm using a vinegar alcohol mix on a toothbrush, and I like scrub it down, and then I get all the gunk out of the like foam, and like it's a multi-hour process to do the entire thing to the point where I feel okay enough to wear them again without being grossed out. And that's even with me already wiping them down and everything at the end of every stream. When I can. I'm not gonna lie. There's some times when I'm really tired at night, but I forget. I just get off and I go to bed. But that was my morning before stream was I went to do a quick clean on them before I put them on and realized, no, this needs a deep clean. And then, 45 minutes in, I'm having an existential crisis and looking up other headphones. Because even on my shorter streams, it's still 4 hours of having that on my head, I originally didn't do leather because I'm like, oh man, leather just isn't going to breathe, right? It's not going to breathe. It's not going to really let sound in. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like going down a Reddit rabbit hole, but I was like properly looking up like a bunch of stuff. It wasn't just like a quick Reddit look. It was like comparing products and stuff as I was like scrubbing and letting it dry and scrubbing and letting it dry. So it became like kind of a vicious cycle of like hyperventilating. I would say at this point, managed OCD. Like, very managed. As a kid, I used to be that kid that, like, washed his hands so his hands bled. But now, as long as I compartmentalize stuff, like, I don't freak out about germs and stuff as often. I do occasionally, like, accidentally pay too much attention to the mirror. Like, and I'm like, oh man, there's a spot on it. And then 20 minutes later, I'm scrubbing the entire bathroom. That still happens on occasion, but, ooh, look at that. Another socket. Well, socket fragment. I think we technically need 10 fragments to make a jeweler's orb, but I think it's a jeweler's orb. There's so many names for all the, like, quote-unquote currencies in the game that I never... Other than whetstone, I don't know what the rest of whetstone and armor fragments, right? Like those two are the names on the tin. But man, how big is this map? I feel like I've been running forever. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Holy. Okay, well, hopefully this is the last checkpoint. We're coming up on the boss soon. Yeah, all the stuff I was looking into, like, what's the easiest thing to clean and, like, whatever, and it's all like, just use earbuds, and I'm like, earbuds are worse for your ears, though, because you're putting something in your ear and agitating the inside of your ear, which then generates more earwax. Like, over the cup is better for your overall, like, health. Especially with me playing games, which have a tendency to have a little bit more, bass boosted stuff to make them sound more epic. You get a lot in Call of Duty where like stuff is bass boosted to make the explosions feel a little bit more oomphy. A lot of the Astro headphones have increased bass output just to really feel like I shouldn't pull this, but okay. Oh. Oh, okay, that was a cool way to show that. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. Oh, you're not really not gonna let me just teleport back? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know what I thought.
Done. Finally.
Since I'm going back to the encampment, it'd be better just to do this, right? I think so, anyway. Yeah. The Ziggurat's encampment. Well, ooh. A gargantuan flask. Hello.
quickly.
Ask it. Not very good. Bad. One of those has a socket though. Oh, look at that. Socket and quality. Nice.
Be warned, their queen.
Oops.
Ignagdok takes her child every blood moon. Why? I won't guess. If you trespass, only death awaits you. But if you survive, while you are there, please, rip out her heart. You should have never drained the lake. My tribe depends on the waters for our safety. How will we fend off the Orok or the Azak now? And worse, you have unleashed the horrors of the Val once more. Know this. You bring up bad omens from the depths that should have stayed buried, and you will regret it. It hurt me deeply to find him there. To find him like that. Still, I thank you for finding his body. His spirit roams the jungle with his fathers now. The warring tribes, the Azak, the Orok, they have a lot to answer for. Apus is my grandson. Can you believe that? A young spry thing like me. A grandmother. Don't be answering that. Apus inherited my son's rowdy spirit. Maybe it's a family curse. We have always been the type to do what we shouldn't. Like helping outsiders such as yourself. One day, he'll be a great man. Just like his father. Until then, I try to keep him safe.
Okay, I'm back. Some fatherly duties to take care of. I just code switched because that woman was talking with that accent. We're gonna ignore that. Okay. But find Alva at the base camp. She was over here before. Is she still over here? Nope. Oswald. This is the base camp, right? Like, I'm not... No, you can get your cat self down. You don't need to be up there. Huh. But look, this used to be like a lake. Like, the water was all the way up. I was wondering why they had the fast travel point all the way over there. Where's she at?
The entire lake. I was going to ship in some Kalguran explosives. But that's one way to get into these temples, I suppose. Oh, Alva's found something. She's waiting for you at the base of these stairs. I'd join you, but I'm not sure how much I trust 2,000-year-old waterways to keep the city dry. You enjoy yourself.
Huh.
Don't get eaten.
So at the base of these stairs? That doesn't sound right. Am I missing something? I might be missing something. Go back to the camp. Is there somewhere in the camp I'm missing? Because that's likely. Not over here, is it? No. Oh, wait. Is it this way? Also no. Ah. Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Southwestern stairs. Okay. Ah, look at that. I'm an idiot. I came right up here. We've been using this well and leaving so often. I didn't even realize these were here.
This is what the Val were capable of.
It's so funny. People always attribute the Great Pyramids of Giza to aliens, but then they ignore like all the Aztec stuff. Just like, oh yeah, I mean, you know, people in southern South America and Central America just work really hard. Of course they can build stuff like this. But Egyptians? Nah, never. What?
Beyond this sealed door is the Temple of the Sun God, Kopek. I've seen writings by a fellow named Ketzuli that mention his research in this temple, but I can't quite make sense of what the device was or how it functioned. Unfortunately, we can't use Kalguran explosives without risking whatever's inside.
Okay.
However, there's a piece missing from the door. Knowing the Val, it'll be made of gold, of course. I recommend heading into the city to search for it. Try looking around the Agarat area, as that is well known for its opulence in the golden tributes, especially at the main temple's apex. Hurry back if you find it.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like where that's going to be. But okay. Do we gamble before we leave? No, let's not worry about it
Till
just yet.
next time.
I don't feel like my bow has fallen behind yet to be worried about gambling for a new one.
Nature has reclaimed the city.
I do love that this is all mud and not green algae, though. There we go. I was trying to find the waypoint. The start of most of the areas, if you come into them the correct way, always have a waypoint. Which is nice. Like, oh, sorry about that. When you're exploring like a big area, you find a door that leads to a new area, but you still haven't finished with the previous area you were in.
Take this!
You can step through, touch the waypoint, come back out, and then go back to it later. Because as long as you don't leave the area you're... Ooh. That's new. As long as you don't leave the area you're in for more than like 15 minutes, it'll hold the map available for you.
Barely broke a sweat.
Having a little bit of energy shield's nice. That's actually kind of nice. Now, all of this is going to fall apart, though, once I, all that's going to fall apart. Sorry, I heard like a weird noise outside. All that's going to fall apart once... Oh, no! Ooh. All that's going to fall apart once we get that ability that lets us dodge everything. There's a lot of stuff in the game that you can't dodge without that skill. And since we're mostly in an evasion build, that's definitely needed. But I wonder how much more evasion we're going to need to make it useful. We lose 70% of our evasion like at the very top of the build. Right now, I have like 80-something%, but it's the evasion rating. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens when I have enough points for it. But I could purchase that skill and completely brick our build until I have enough evasion to actually use it. Especially now that I have a piece of armor that's evasion and energy shield. I think for the most part, the tornado things are mostly to slow us. It doesn't really seem like they're doing a ton of damage. Though I'm also not leaving myself in it long enough to find out.
I shall overcome.
Ooh, uncut skill gem. Oh, that do all of those explode? Oh, all the big guys explode. Okay. Did not know that. Let's do lightning arrow.
Lightning.
Good. Yeah, so tomorrow I want to try to do a little bit of Marvel Rivals. We're gonna do some of the characters I haven't played yet, and then obviously some Jeff. We love Jeff. Or do I wait and save that for Friday? On Friday we will be doing, if it's up by the time stream starts, we will be doing the holiday event, so we can get some free skins. There's like a Jeff and a parka skin that looks kind of cool. And that guy was so tanky. We're getting a lot more elites down here by the looks of it, though. Which means I need to start focusing on elemental pin. Okay, so that unfortunately is the sound of us possibly suddenly becoming useless. Actually, that's not bad. 70% less evasion rating, so we lose a ton. We go from 5,000 to 1,598. But we only lose, what, 21% evasion? That's not bad. That is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to be back down to like 20%. Man, I don't. It obviously, it ramps up, right? Like the more bell curve, diminishing returns. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Diminishing returns on it. So like you need more and more and more for it to count. But now that we can dodge everything, I'm hoping some of these AoE moves that if I'm in it, I get hit now will free me up from just being smacked in the mouth every time we do something, which was kind of frustrating, to be straight honest with you. Okay. Now, as far as that skill tree goes, we came out here. I am partially following a build. There has been some stuff I tried that was different, and then either didn't like the feel of it. I did this like over to the flasks thing, but it doesn't feel like that's necessary just yet. Some of these items, like some of the defensive items, feel very late game. There's also some that are like, where's it at? There's one over here that's like electric pin, and I haven't really needed it yet. But I'm starting to hit enemies that are almost all lightning immune, and I'm struggling. So this is gonna be our last just like default boost, because we're aiming at this for Herald of Thunder. Herald of Thunder does extra, pops up over here, we get extra stacks, and it when we have those extra stacks, when we do just a regular shot, it will fire off an extra lightning bolt from the sky at the target, and it's got kind of a relatively large radius when it comes down.
I shall put you down.
Ooh, wait, what? Okay.
Need more time. Barely broke a sweat.
That was good. And he exploded, and I forgot about that.
Rather not break my back.
The good news is it doesn't seem to damage, which I was worried about. Well, that's a studded vest. I don't think I'm going to be able to make enough room for that. Maybe. There we go. That's not studs, that's plates, but I'll go with it. Yeah, it's, even though that says my evasion rate's really high, I don't know. Maybe because he was a special.
Rather not break my back.
Let's go ahead and just teleport back for now. Oh, I did it again. I like went to teleport and like stretch my arms a little bit. I'm fixing something while we wait here. Be a little bit patient with me, please. Okay. I'm code switching again into random accents. It's always good.
Greetings.
Hey, there we go.
Move swiftly. Move swiftly.
Not as good. Ooh. Okay, that we need to hold on to. That's a kind of a lot of spell damage. Yeah, we'll hold on to that staff before I forget.
Here to help.
Yep, this first. I purposely do this bench first because I have a tendency to sidetrack really bad. What do you need, Oswald?
So, the city of Utzal has been laid bare to the world after all these centuries. I know you're after some particular device, but I can't help but remind you that we are here for a purpose of our own. Treasure hunters hunt treasure, yeah? I'll not be the first to set foot in those deadly sunken ruins. But if you're brave enough, you might as well keep an eye out for anything that looks valuable.
Yeah.
In particular, look for buildings with monkey statues on them. If you spy something like that, give me a shout. I'll be waiting with great anticipation. Watch your step.
I don't feel like wholly sold on this guy, Oswald. He has a book that's like all the people that have died on the mission and like what they died from and stuff. And he talks about all these people and like their horrible deaths. And he's like, the worst one of all, this guy died mid-story when I was trying to tell him about how cool I was. And I'm like,
Odds and ends we found in the jungle.
why is that the one you think is the worst? That's troubling to say the least.
Don't drink the water.
Get back down here. Now, I would love to make a proper melee build that is not quarterstaff. Because a lot of the quarterstaff builds aren't even... It seems like right now the two big builds are Element and like... now, they did some changing over the last 2 or 3 days, so this might not even be an accurate statement anymore, but... It seems like raw damage is not the way to go. Like, that you're better off doing an element of some type. The only time I've seen that allegedly not be the case is the ones that either do slam or earthquake. So like big AoE pound the ground moves. There's I want to say it's a quarterstaff move where they do the thing from Wukong where they like stand up on the end of it, do a front flip and land. That seems to be going over pretty well. Ah, did it again. Keep forgetting those guys blow up. Bartend, how is it going? It is going well. I am finally free of Metaphor Refantasio. I can play games that I'm actually addicted to, and it's kind of nice. I was torn between this and Marvel Rivals. Now, we are going to play Marvel Rivals on Friday if the holiday event is up in time for stream. But I haven't made up my mind on that yet. How is Spartan going? We are currently exploring in this game a lore-heavy area of a semi-Aztec-like people that have made this massive structure that was purposefully flooded for some reason. We went and closed all the aqueducts to reveal this Indiana Jones Lost Temple-like structure that we're going to try to steal treasure from, you know, like any intelligent good guy.
Thunderous shot.
It's so funny. There's been a lot of stuff because Indiana Jones, that game came out. There's been a lot of people like examining the old Indiana Jones movies and plots about it and like pointing out like how none of it makes any sense and it's all kind of just bad writing. And I'm like, well, of course it is. Like, yeah, Steven Spielberg was involved, but, you know, wasn't George Lucas as well. I love the guy. I love Star Wars. I love all that stuff. But, like, something about the worlds he makes where the world itself feels great, but then, like, the plot feels bad. Okay, somebody's picking you guys up. What's going on with that? I don't see anybody nearby, though. And y'all aren't giving XP, so let's just ignore you until I find out whoever's summoning you.
Arrow.
Oh, yeah. How's Veilguard doing? Morrowind's good. Morrowind's good. I still don't remember a lot of the game, but I played it 20 years ago, the last time I played it. Well, I don't count the time I booted it up to see if it was still good, realized it looked like crap, and then stopped playing it. I don't count that one. Why are these guys perpetual? What's going on with that? Yeah, we're starting to run into like regular enemies that have element resist as well, so we do need to make our next passive purchase a lightning purchase. I think there's some on the far side of the skill map over here that I was heading to, but I don't remember what it looks like. Is it this one? Yeah, over here. So like we're gonna finish up here and travel along this like outside edge and pick up like crit chance stuff and mostly lightning pin, because almost our entire build is lightning pin based. As much as I would love this slow manipulation, I don't think I'm gonna have enough points. I have to travel really far to get to the lightning stuff on this side of the map. And I think that's the only thing. I don't think there's lightning up this way. Because this is moving into, I don't know, it might be. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. We'll look at it when time comes. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you did tell me about the EA Play trial. Has it gone on sale yet? Kind of assumed... Oh, these are the guys that are immortal. It's really weird that there's a set like that. I wonder what's causing it. And it says they're a minion, which means their owner should be around here somewhere. Minions are normally tied directly to an elite of some kind. I'm gonna die here. Yep, I drowned. Oh my god! It slowed me so much that I rolled in place. Yeah, you're telling me about the dagger and... Oh, no, it did not take me all the way back over here. Oh, okay, I wasn't as far as I thought I was. Never mind. I forgot to backtrack to see what was on this side of the map. Yeah, this game is very build heavy, which I kind of like. The unfortunate thing is, actually, I think they made it cheaper. I'll have to check when we get back to town. For the longest time, build cost, like if you went to reset an entire build, it cost like hundreds of thousands of gold. And that's like ridiculously priced for an early access where they want us to test stuff, you know? Well, there's like you want us to test stuff and then make it too expensive for us to test stuff. Seems like bad design, but they went ahead and like lowered that to make it a little bit cheaper and easier for us to swap stuff. It is. Space Marine 2 is really good. I was playing it on the harder difficulty, which I enjoyed. I actually preferred it. The game felt better on the hardest difficulty, but for me to finish it within the time frame of another game coming out, just like we did with Metaphor, I ended up dropping the difficulty just so I could finish it in time. I don't have the viewer base to be able to just slog through a game when there's something else I'd rather be watching or rather be playing. I mean, it's one of the bigger reasons I've been stressing out about Metaphor is like, one, I thought we were really close to the ending and then there was like another 30 hours of game that really, to be honest, didn't progress the plot that much. It was a lot of just your characters reiterating stuff you already knew over and over and over again. And like between that and knowing that the ending was soon, if they just got off their butts and did their jobs, like, game's fantastic, don't get me wrong. But you tie that to like me being frustrated with how the characters were acting with me having other games that I am way more addicted to. It made it kind of hard for me to give it as glowing of a review as, to be honest, it frankly deserves. It really is a fantastic RPG, and most of my complaints are just personal gripes because I'm impatient. Like, it literally boils down to not being the game's fault at all, and just me being dumb and being impatient. I'm like, but new shiny thing, new shiny thing, right? Don't make me do something that's not new shiny. Oh god, I'm going to drown again. That's a crazy mechanic, by the way. The fact that if I'm in that for long enough, I just drown. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. Now, there's new content in Space Marine 2, and to be honest, I don't know what it is. I know there's new content. That's all I know. I know a bunch of big streamers were like sponsored to come back in and play the game for a little bit to show off there was new content, but outside of that, I don't know what they've added. Now, I would suggest if you have Amazon Prime or know somebody that you can watch Amazon Prime with, I would recommend a show called Secret Level.
Easy trophy.
But I would almost suggest, I don't know, you could probably watch Secret Level before playing Space Marine 2. That'd probably be fun. There's going to be characters in it that you don't know, but it gives you enough backstory on those characters to link it together. Like, I don't feel like you'd be losing out on watching Secret Level before playing the game. The one I would actually say to play beforehand is Space Marine 1, because it's actually before Secret Level. Secret Level is the anthology from the guy that did Love, Death, and Robots. I think that was the name of it. It's a Netflix series. Anyway, he got picked up by Amazon to make one about video games. There is some funny stuff about that I actually can't wait to share. But and I'm going to do that now. The show is about kind of like the video game world. Each episode is a different video game world or set of video game stuff, right? There's a one for Armored Core. There's one for Dungeons and Dragons. There's an episode for Space Marine. There's one for Pac-Man, which actually came out with a new game called The Dark Labyrinth or whatever. That's actually a Pac-Man based horror game, which is really weird. Anyway, there is one for Concord that, okay, the plan for it was actually really cool. Let's hit this checkpoint before I talk about this. The plan for the Concord episode was the Concord episode of Secret Level was going to come out. You were going to see characters that weren't in the base game. And at the end of the episode, you could, oh, I'm dead. Oh, I live. The combination of those two like abilities is so strong. So the Concord episode, at the end of it, you were going to see people that weren't in the base game, and then once the episode was over, like after it like came out, you could play the characters from the episode in Concord. Concord itself didn't even last 14 days. 14 days is all it lasted before they took it down, refunded everybody their money, and counted it as a loss. And they still have the secret, level episode. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's supposed to come out soon, but the Dark Urge, man, unfortunately, I feel like the Dark Urge playthrough, to get the good ending, Dark Urge is considered the canon way to play the game, by the way. That's considered the end of the Baldur's Gate series. The canon ending is the Dark Urge ending. And whatever ending you get on that, obviously, is the, supposed to, oh God. Oh God. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, let me out. Woo! Stupid water hags. Okay, I'm gonna hyper focus for a second. Give me a second. I'll continue my story about the Dark Urge in a second. Okay, so Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are actually directly linked to the Dark Urge playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. There is continuations from 1 and 2 in Baldur's Gate 3. All about the, what is it, Ball? Not Ball, because Ball's the Skyrim equivalent. Actually, no, it might be Ball. One of the evil gods, the god of murder.
Rather not break my back.
That's what the Dark Urge playthrough is all about. Is continuation of that storyline, which is kind of cool because the the end of Baldur's Gate 2 had some like continuing implications of there still being like stuff that happened, and then we never got a Baldur's Gate 3. The project was originally canned. I think the studio went under. Like, we were never going to see the end of that story before Larian picked it up and kind of crushed it into the ground like nobody's business. Like, really just full on crushed how good that was, because it's a very solid game. That escape saved us, so let's up that just a little bit. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is to get the good ending, you need a ton of charisma, so it kind of limits your class choices in Baldur's Gate 3. That if you really, I think there's a plus 18 charisma item you can find, but I don't think that's till Act 3, and that's like well past when you need it. I do wish the salvage bench was a little bit closer. I honestly don't see as many people using it as they should. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's a tier 4 and a tier 7 on it. I'm actually gonna... We're not going to disassemble that. I'm gonna put that in one of my for sell boxes. I don't need it yet. Hopefully we can trade that for some currency. What should I make it though? Sure. Blue's a thing, right? I'll put probably all of these in another tab at some point. Get the rest of this stuff sold.
Some odds and ends. I like it. Don't drink the water.
There we go. Get back to that. Now, Minthara is based on, I want to say, a drow from like the Elder Scrolls stuff being kind of a copy of D&D. Maybe. I mean, D&D started in what, the 80s? So 70s, late 70s, early 80s. The drow, though, the reason why Minthara is the way she is, I am 90% positive she is actually a character from the Drizzt books. From when that book series is really weird because the way it was written is the guy wrote the Icewind Dale trilogy, realized he didn't really like Wulfgar as the main character, and slowly started shifting away from Wulfgar to some of the other characters. But Drizzt was like by far his more popular character out of the series, and that's what inevitably ended up turning into is the series that's about him. Yeah, I could have swore I saw an enemy in that corner. But he wrote the first 3 books, which is the Icewind Dale trilogy. He then wrote the Crystal Tower series, which I think was also 3 books, where it was more stuff about Crystal Tower from the Icewind Dale trilogy. Then, at some point, he went back and wrote multiple prequel books about Drizzt life in the Underdark. And I want to say Minthara is one of the characters from the Underdark books. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I am pretty positive. I haven't bothered looking it up, so I could be just blowing smoke, but something tells me that I know her from somewhere, which makes no sense because I don't really play a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons like games and stuff. So I like playing the role-playing game, but I never get a group that sticks around long enough. Every time I play, the group I play with ends up like shattering apart in like 4 or 5 sessions. And it ends up being only me, the one left that still wants to play. Kind of frustrating. Oh no! Ah. I need to stop using my potions like that, because I really didn't need to use that there. Looks like we're going over here. Let's set up a trap at these stairs. Yeah, that would do it. I will in a second. Thank you for the hydrate, lychee. I am currently drinking a liquid death. It's called Grave Fruit. It's 20 calories because it's got 4 grams of sugar in it. So it does have a little bit of sugar in it, but it's still sleepy. I think this is the latest I've ever seen you still be sleepy. Anyway, it's 20 calories for the whole can. And it's like almost 20 ounces of carbonated water, a little bit of agave nectar, and some like grapefruit flavoring. Kind of fantastic. I really, really like it. We tried putting it over, so like we have that pellet ice machine, right? And we found out that a lot of drinks, you know what you might be having is just seasonal dry eye. You might actually be having some seasonal dry eye. It feels like you're just tired, but it's like dry behind your eyeball itself. If you have any type of like eye drops, I wouldn't choose something that does anti-red, anti-inflammatory. I would choose something that has longer lasting like hydration. I actually have that issue as well with that and my thyroid problem. I actually have to keep an eye out on my eyes being too dry because I could just lose my eyesight from it. So, what was that? First character in Baldur's Gate was a human paladin. As boring as human sounds, it's more self-insert thing of the whole thing of a human spirit. Since humans 9 out of 10 times in fantasy have no special abilities, they're just extremely numerous and versatile. Yeah, I could see that. Wampus, you have absolutely no room to talk about people's sleep schedules. None. No room to talk. We love the Wampus, just not the way you treat your body when you don't sleep. Oh god, I didn't mean to come down here. Get me out. Okay. Let's do this again. Oh god, they're still where they were, because this is a... Okay, I know what this is. Oh, there's so many bad guys in here. Oh, I can't walk up on that. I was trying to walk up on the like pile of dirt. Yeah, that was kind of my thing. I think my first character was also a human. Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. And that's the thing that kills me. Like, there's so many medical professionals that are like, yeah, but that's not normal. And it's like, what's normal at this point? Like, we've found out that there are so many different problems or differences between human bodies that, like, normal is now like a 52% average. You know, like barely a thing. Oh man, what did I break? There we go. Huh. So that was the loot room, but we still haven't found. Let's actually hit this checkpoint so I could drag the map around. Son of a, look at that. Good news is I get to use the checkpoint system. Ta-da! So cool. That's so cool. It's such a lifesaver for people like me that do full map uncoverings. Now, obviously, I don't. Oh, this is the one everybody talks about. Ah! Okay. Whew. That specific, that specific instance where all of them come out like that become, it's kind of a, if you're not paying attention, it's really easy to die there. An event. That's what I was looking for. It's an event.
Not yet.
Yeah, normal doesn't really exist. Like for me, I'm 6 foot tall, right? Barely 6 foot. With all my spinal injuries, I can almost guarantee I'm not 6 foot anymore. But for lack of my pride and feel a little bit better about myself, I'm 6 foot. The problem is I have 27-inch legs. I have really stubby legs. For a person of my height, I'm supposed to have like 32-inch legs. I don't have that. I am all torso. I have to get like shirts from Big and Tall. Even before I gained weight, I had to get shirts from Big and Tall or just have my belly button hanging out. And I used to do that. I used to just wear shirts that didn't cover my tummy all the way just so I didn't have to say I bought my shirt from a Big and Tall shop, you know, because anybody would care about that. Because like, you know, the stuff you tell yourself, you let the brainworms tell you that if you bought a shirt from Big and Tall, that means you're like the most grotesque person on the planet. Even though like logically that makes absolutely no sense. You're just tall. My grandfather was, I want to say he was like 6'8". But my mom and my dad are actually both incredible. Well, were. My dad passed away. He was incredibly short. He was only, what is with this set of stairs? There's like something here that I keep getting caught on. It's not letting me move. He was incredibly short. He was like 5'4", maybe 5'5", and my mom's 5'2", and I'm 6 foot. And like, I always thought that was weird till I met my grandfather, who's like, he was like 6'6", 6'8". He was really, really tall. He was tall and lanky though. So I had the width of my dad's family. My rib cage is incredibly thick. Like even when I'm thin, I look like I'm a beefy person just because of how big my torso is. What is blowing up? Oh, he's exploding nearby corpses. Okay. Ow.
Barely broke a sweat.
Ah! Almost did it again. Yes, over sensory stimulation, it can be a problem. I have extra trichomes in my eyes, so I can see a wider range of colors. And that sounds really cool. Like it helps on art because I can tell like the difference between stuff. But unfortunately, I've never been classically trained, so I don't understand color theory. I can just tell the difference between the stuff. So it's like not useful, literally in the slightest. So it's not useful in anywhere near in the slightest. But certain shades of yellow hurt my eyes. And I never knew that was a thing. I've always been like guy of yellow colors. I like bright colors, but I like oranges and bright greens and like bright reds and all that. But I've always like kind of shied away from yellow as a color, and I didn't know why till like I was in my 30s, and then found out that like extra trichomes make that type of stuff like kind of hard to bear to look at. And I'm like, yeah, yellow is hard to look at, like incredibly hard to look at for me. Like highlighter yellow gives me a headache. I've never understood why highlighters had to be the yellow color, and I always used to get very upset about it. That teachers would insist on us like highlighting stuff and like get mad if I had a different colored highlighter. And I'm like, yellow hurts my head, man. I don't know what you want from me. And then you get that thing, that's not a thing. That's not what average people are. Like that's not a thing either. Average is, I don't think you're using that word the way it means. Yeah. Yeah, and having a thicker optic nerve can do that. You might not have the trichomes to differentiate between the colors itself exactly, but because you have a wider throughput, it's kind of like the lens versus the storage space, right? Like if you see I forgot about it again, a stream, right, that has a better bit rate than another, like it's just clearer, right? No matter what you do, it's just going to be clearer. For me, I don't know about my optic nerve. I actually probably should have that looked at. Because I can tell the difference. Like people are like, oh, you can't really see a difference between 60 and 120 frames. I would not be able to directly point out which frame is missing, but I can tell you based on how nauseous I get if a game is below 60 frames. Below 120 is already kind of rough, but if it drops below 60 frames, I get motion sick. Or something similar to motion sick from less than 60. And it's so funny because the longest time, you know, we thought CRT monitors and stuff, TVs, were really bad. But like in a lot of cases, old CRT monitors ran at a higher refresh rate. There's some that weren't because the stuff that was put on it wasn't recorded at a higher frame rate, so it couldn't show a higher frame rate. But we've started realizing that if you put like Mario on it and tune Mario, like the old Mario Brothers games, and tune those up to 120 frames, a CRT monitor can normally handle it no problem. It's also the reason why like 8-bit stuff looks really weird, because people do this 8-bit art now, and you're like, why do I remember Mario looking different? And it's because it did. This old 8-bit graphics were designed for the gaps between CRT monitors. Every line that was painted with CRT, the edges of each line of pixels tapered off on the edges. So you would purposely do certain colors in certain areas to give like shading to stuff. It's the reason why you see a lot of times now emulators have a option to give it a semi-CRT look. They don't do a good job of it because it's not tapered. It's they just put like a black lines between everything, so it's not as good. Let's try this way, but instincts tell me this is where we need to be. I don't know. The body's kind of a weird thing. Like in other countries, they treat appendicitis different. In other countries, if you have appendicitis and your appendix needs to be taken out, they will actually give you, if it's available at the time, they will give you a, not a loaner. What's it called when you get an organ that you needed? A donor. You can get a donored appendix. Because everywhere else in the world, they consider the appendix to be a vital organ, because of what it does for your digestive system. Man, I'm gonna at one point not
Got
fall
no
for that.
pack space for that.
Probably not, but I'm gonna keep saying that I'm not gonna fall for it. Does that count? Just saying I'm not falling for it and then still fall for it count? I don't know. I need more space. Can I... Is there a way for me to shuffle this all around? I don't think that... Maybe? Put all this here. Put this here. This here. That there. And then we can pick this curse up. Yes. Good, good. Teleport back. Ah! I did it again! Ah! I'm gonna die! Okay, it's not that bad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I love this game. I know it's not like quite as amazing to watch unless you're really into it, but dude, something about the builds and doing all this like extra like little maintenance-y crap picks off so many parts of my ADHD brain that it's kind of silly. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we will salvage first, just to be in the habit of it. I probably really should have seen what that bow was before I tore it apart. Oh well. Whoops.
Quickly. The members of this expedition seem to believe that the ziggurat beneath our feet holds an ancient device that was intended to be used against the cataclysm that destroyed the Val. The source of that cataclysm was the previous beast, which means the device below may be exactly what we need to stop the new one.
Really?
Find your way into the ziggurat, and let us see what the greatest minds of the Val Empire created.
I have a feeling it's not going to be good,
Manage
but...
to complete it in time. Maybe we can finish their work. Time is short.
Okay. Anything worth... Ooh. Well, look at that. Less uses, though. This has less cost. We'll do that anyway.
Need a guy?
It does have spell damage on it, but...
Some odds in it, I'll take it.
There we go.
Farewell.
Good. Yeah, I mean, well, stamina and stuff is kind of different, right? Because if you already have a increased size of your optic nerve, you might have other paths in your body, like blood vessels and stuff, that also do a really good job. Like a lot of fatigue actually comes from just your body building up a lot of lactic acid. So if you have a body that processes that well, or like the buildup isn't as bad, like unfair advantage, right? Same with people that have increased testosterone. There are some people that, you know, even though they don't take steroids, because their natural testosterone levels are higher, they're not allowed to like compete in certain sports. And that's quite common, but that's the problem with stuff like sports, right? Like, you know, the bigger, taller person, of course, is going to win. Most of the time, obviously. Like, I know you got people like Mike Tyson, who was slightly on the shorter side with not as good of a reach, but he was so good at compensating for his shortcomings that it didn't matter. Like for me, you know, as much as I love to draw and try to do that type of stuff, right? I just have a permanent tremor in my hands. You notice it really bad when I play first-person shooters because I've just got this constant wiggle as I'm moving around. And it makes it kind of hard for me to do shooters. But, like, it's even harder for me on an analog stick. Yeah, I was right. This is the optional area. So. Okay. Actually, does that just say door? Did that say door? That did just say door. So this is the option.
The stink.
This is another loot room.
Live like this.
I'm really confused on why that stumble happens sometimes. I don't know what's causing it. Yeah, see? That like weird stumble back there? That's like the last thing I want. It's very oh no. There we go. And it's kind of funny for my my height issue, right? So even when I'm at my thinnest, the closest I can get to under 200 is like 195. 'Cause I'm all torso. Like I could get to the point where you can count my ribs and see my abs, and I'm still technically wink wink overweight. But it kind of reminds me of there's a comedian who only has one leg. Don't know his name. He's really funny. He does a lot of costumes for Halloween that are like a mailbox or a flamingo, or you know, something to play on the one leg thing. Right? Anyway, he had this thing where these doctors were upset because he was, you know, underweight. And like you could tell that the guy was on the thin side, but he wasn't like as underweight as they were saying he was, right? And they were like, yeah, but you know, there's like almost a fourth of your weight unaccounted for, and like his amputation was done at the hip, so he's literally missing an entire leg, thigh, buttocks, like everything, like whole thing is just had to be taken care of. And oh, another just door. Anyway, they you know, didn't believe him when he kept trying to say, like, you know, y'all should know the reason for this. Like, I'm just missing a leg. And they, like, showed up to his house to, like, you know, check on him because he was underweight, to check on his living situation. And we're still very confused that he was underweight, even after in person seeing him missing a leg. I kind of have the opposite issue with that of, because I am all torso, there's close to nothing I can do that does not... Actually, I should have done that this way. What am I doing? I technically don't want any of this stuff, so I might just throw this gem in the box. Yeah, let's just do that. So, like, yeah, if I get nice and thin, it's really hard for me to be... It was very stressful because, like, when my wife and I first got together, it was when I started getting sick. And they were giving me a hard time about being overweight. And at the time, I weighed like 205. I weighed 205 and was comfortable enough with how I looked that, like, I probably could have just walked down Main Street nude and not cared. Because I was actually super fit at the time, like, felt really great about myself. But the doctors were still just like, no, you're morbidly obese, is what they were telling me. I was morbidly obese, and somehow morbidly obese with a 5 or 6% body fat. And they were like, yeah, but that doesn't matter. You're still overweight. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, you're right. I'm overweight, but like, it's not fat. So I don't know what you want from me. And BMI stuff as well doesn't take any of that into account. If you're over a certain weight, they just tell you're 40% fat. And I'm like, no. Well, that's my thing. I had a overactive thyroid. When I first started getting sick, I gained weight like really fast. We originally thought like, oh, well, you know, you're not feeling good, so maybe you're not pushing yourself as hard, right? And that's true, you know, if you don't feel good, you obviously won't work as hard as whatever, but I was still working out twice a day.
From above.
I was still working out twice a day, working out a ton. I'd cut back a bunch of calories, was keeping track of everything. Like, I wasn't even cooking for myself anymore, so I could do a better job of tracking calories. So, like, it's a whole lot easier to just, like, this bag of chicken, each piece of weight of chicken or whatever is this many calories. It's a whole lot easier to do that than, like, making your own, like, food or whatever. Like, making a soup is really hard to track just because of how all the calories and stuff work. Anyway, so during that time frame, I'm stressing out about being sick, and then I stopped that job. I got fired from that job, but then they called me the next day to ask me to come back, and I had already found a new job. And I didn't go back because I was wrongfully terminated and just didn't feel like dealing with it. So I started a new job, and it was a sedentary job. Well, in the time frame of me working there, I rapidly gained weight. I would say in a matter of like 6 months, I gained probably close to 100 pounds. And this entire time, they're trying to figure out what it is, and they keep checking for lupus, and they keep checking for fibro, and they keep checking for all this stuff that I allegedly have. They checked me for cancer like every 3 months and just couldn't find where it was at and what would be causing it, and yada, yada, yada. Hey, we found what we needed. This isn't even the main door, I don't think. This is the one for Oswald.
That's it. Kamasa, the monkey god. Even I'm tempted to... No, I'll just die horribly.
Nice of him to risk my neck.
So, I went from having this high metabolism, and I mean like ridiculously high. Like, struggled to keep fat on my body. I had to eat and eat and eat. Like, it got to the point where I would eat like 6 donuts on lunch just to have enough calories to like make it through my workday.
Strange heat within this temple.
Okay. I'm not ready to do that yet because that looks like a full nother map. Let's find, let's explore search for the Agarat. Once we find the Agarat, we'll do the Molten Vault. So yeah, I used to have a ridiculously high metabolism, and it like slowly came to like a grinding halt. Diabetic, all that stuff happened. And it wasn't till 2022, they'd been checking my thyroid because I had a lump on it. But it kept going down, and they drained it once, and it, you know, they kept changing the goalposts on moving it. They were like, okay, if it gets to one centimeter, we'll remove it. And then it was 1.25, and then it was 1.5, and then it was 2. And like, they just kept, every time I'd go in, they'd extend every year the size it needed to be to have it removed. I finally at one point was like, I talked to a different doctor in the same department, and he was just like, I mean, yeah, that it probably would be safer for us to go ahead and remove it. So, like, we biopsied it once, and it came back. One of the biopsies came back that it had unnatural cells, and that's finally what they were like. Okay, fine, we'll remove it. They removed it, and I got healthier. And I'm obviously, my metabolism's not fast anymore. I don't know how to live with a normal metabolism now, but I'm not gaining weight anymore, so that's good. I'm not really diabetic anymore. I'm not dealing with most of my health problems I had, and it's all because I had my thyroid taken out. Ugh, I can't see. Where's this other entrance? I do not know where the Agarat is. Gotta be one of these areas, I do believe. Hope so, anyway. Another dead end. Man. Did I finally find it? The maps are so big and they just look all the same to me. Nice. I don't know what's up with that. For some reason, I'm firing more arrows when I do that now, and I don't know what's causing it. Welcome back from ads, if Surrey is telling the truth, obviously. Oh, I almost fell for it again.
Death from above.
Cool, we got her. Grab this barrel. This looks like a dead end. This does not. So let's do the dead end first. I say that and watch this be the actual right way. Hooray, it was the dead end.
That would only slow me down.
Man, really? Oh, I've got a bunch of weird sized stuff again. Okay, that'll do for now. That'll do. So yeah, I didn't realize the ads happened. So we had the thyroid taken out. The good news is it wasn't malignant. It was a benign, I think they called it a benign mass, but benign tumor or something. I don't remember. It was benign, not malignant. That's all I remember on that. Took it out. I immediately, like that afternoon, was doing better. Like, better than I felt in, God, 10 years. Like, yeah, I'm struggling to lose weight now, but my metabolism is, if not slowed, like come to like a stop. It feels like I skip most meals now because I always feel hungry no matter what, but I have to force myself not to eat. Before
So
it wasn't.
This is what I could smell. How repulsive.
Before it wasn't that bad. Let's go do. I want to do the molten vault first because it's optional. I don't know where it's at, though. Yeah, let's go do this. We have one boss down here and some loot, so might as well go grab it. But yeah, thyroid taken out. Started feeling better. Argued with my doctor about it so much. He's like, you shouldn't be feeling better. You should be feeling worse. And I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be the cancer doctor. Like, I had a mass on my stuff. Took mass out. Body feel better. I don't. I don't have anything else for you, man. I don't know. I have a feeling all of this is going to fill up with lava.
Take this.
I think we're slowly dropping off on damage. I mean, I know I'm still like. When they're in the circle of lightning rods, I know we're still doing like a decent job. But I'm definitely feeling that I need to keep an eye out for a bow. Definitely feeling it. And the problem is like, what is it? Not storm callers. Lightning rods. Converts 100% of physical damage to lightning damage. Like, I could put lightning on it, right? But it's almost better off for me to just pump physical damage into my bow. I don't think oh, hold on, let me get these guys first. I don't think any of the other ones act that way, though. Yeah, 40%, 20%, 100% of cold for the escape shot, 80% for the salvo. Kind of the reason why like lightning rod has been my main go-to So I don't have to focus too much on having like a proper lightning bow. Is that just going to infinitely flow lava? Because this is a forger's pot. I don't. Am I supposed to be racing it? I don't know. Ooh, antidote charm. Go grab that. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Good. Good.
Got no pack space for that.
Back to town. I think at one point I need to be a little bit more picky about what I'm bringing back. I feel like I'm coming back to town like a lot.
What have you learned?
Oh yeah, I was throwing that in the box. The other ones. That's right.
Here to help. Anything catch your eye? I'll take it.
Ooh, 1 to 32 lightning damage and attack. The chance to poison though just isn't not what I'm going for. Screw it.
I'll take it.
I don't know why I picked up those jeweled gloves. Amulets need to go in this box. Charm. It's a new charm though. I don't have any of. Ooh. I can up the quality of my charms? Can I do that at the regular salvaging bench? There's also the ability to up the quality of your... No, I can't. Huh. In Act 1, we get the salvaging bench, right? And it gives us the ability to break apart armor. But you can occasionally find flasks. There's also a currency for it. Increase the quality of your skill gem. Increase the quality... Oh my gosh, my words. Increase the quality of your flask, right? Increase the quality of magic. I don't know what this is. Oh no, that's the armor pieces. And then martial weapons, magic weapons, armor. But I haven't found a way to break apart the flasks and stuff yet.
Here to help. Take your time. I'll take it.
And I feel like there's definitely got to be a way to do it so that we can supplement our ability to craft higher quality stuff. We're getting to the point where we're not going to find a higher tier health pots as often or higher tier armor pieces as often. So I need to start supplementing that gap with quality. That's working out pretty well. Ooh, that's not dope. I don't know what that blood circle was, but I know I didn't want to be in it. Yeah, I don't know. Something about this game, man. Like, kind of one of the reasons why I was really excited about Borderlands. I love a game where I can make builds and make crazy stuff. I normally make stupid builds. Not like stupid because they're like bad choices of like, oh man, you're just doing suboptimal damage. But it's more along the lines of like, you shouldn't be building that because why? What's her name? Amara, I think it was. The siren from Borderlands 3. I had a build where it was all just melee, and she would teleport to somebody and punch them, and heal herself back up to full. But the punch, unfortunately, was every type of element, if I remember right. Like, it transmitted all her melee damage into elements or something. I can't remember exactly how the build went, because I haven't played Borderlands 3 in a while. But you'd get those maps that were, like, immune to this damage type, and it would just completely, like, kill her to be immune to melee. It'd be immune to, like, melee and element or whatever, and she'd just die. Like, it didn't work. And, ooh, a Vow Orb. That's the ones that we can add corruption to something. I want to say it was Borderlands 2, the, like, crazy maps that they did. You'd occasionally get ones that were, like, ricochets all damage, or ricochets, like, element damage, or whatever back at you. Ricochets, I think headshot damage was one of them, too. There'd be times that, like, because, I don't know, I have this thing where, like, I learn, I'm already full. I learn games relatively quickly. The problem is, like that? Hey, there we go. I learned games relatively quickly in the beginning, but then, like, I struggle with certain concepts, right? Like, for me, I didn't realize that you could just re-roll a map. Like, if it had a damage type or whatever you didn't want on it, you just didn't play it. Like, to me, I'm like, okay, well, let me find a way to work around this damage type. And it wasn't until I was playing with other people that they were like, the hell are you doing? Just, if it doesn't work for your build, you just re-roll it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I would spend like 30 minutes to an hour trying to beat a map that only took like 10 minutes normally, just because I did not re-roll it for a damage type I wanted.
Hey there.
And it didn't take me any other time to fish for the damage type I wanted. Like, it wasn't like, oh god, this is so detrimental because I've got to like go out of my way to do it. No, I was just being dumb. Like, just 100%, just being a big fat dummy. Actually, I don't want to disenchant anything out of this. I want to sell it.
Some pretty thing. I'll take it. Take care.
Good. Nice and taken care of. I haven't figured out how to up these yet, or if there's even a way to up your quivers, like the quality. I've actually put quality on a lot of my items, except for my boots and my belt. Anyway, I think that's one of the bigger reasons why I'm not struggling as much as people did through this part, through the first time through Act 3. There's a couple of fights I struggled with, but not to the point that other people were. And I don't know how much of that has to do with the fact that if I find a weapon or armor I really like, I immediately just pump it up to 20 quality. I don't know. I want to say that's probably it, because it sounds like that could be it. But at the same time, like, you know, I don't know. I haven't crunched the numbers. I haven't looked at a spreadsheet. I haven't had any plans outside of just try it and see how it feels. Kind of like that thing. Have you ever seen like cooking TikTok or reel or whatever? And it's like, how much seasoning do you put in it? Till my ancestors say stop. That whole thing. That's kind of how I've been doing my builds. Like, till it feels right. What? The game based on math, and I'm over here like, nah, this just doesn't feel good. So we basically, from here on, unless we find another little random pop-up game, I basically am going to do this and Marvel Rival. till February. Think in January there's one game that oh, and maybe Indiana Jones. I haven't decided on that yet. That might be a playoff line thing. That might be something that I've been doing Let's Plays of just chopping up my streams, right? But I haven't been properly going through and chopping them up. But I do wonder what it would be like to do a Let's Play offline of like play a game without stream. So I'm not stopping and constantly, not that it's bad. I actually really, that's my favorite part of streaming is stopping and talking. But like, you know, as a YouTube video, I don't know how good that is. Like, to me, I don't see a problem with it, but you know, I'm not most audiences. I know the stuff I like is not the stuff most people like. You know, like it's kind of one of those things when you've been neurodivergent, ADHD, ADHD, whatever we're calling it now, for so long, you kind of just immediately assume all the thoughts you've had are not normal. Actually, I don't know if anybody saw the TikTok I did. I did one talking about a weird, funny incident that happened when me and my wife first got together. I will seek fluid intake. Leafy, did you see that TikTok of mine talking about how a weird anecdote about me and my wife first getting together? About how I'm kind of blind. Oh my gosh, just... Okay, hold on. Let me get these minions down and I will give you your hydrate and your stretch. That's fine. That's fine. I think I posted it to... I might have... No, actually, I don't think I posted the wife post to YouTube. Now that I'm saying that out loud. Okay, let's do your hydrate and I'll tell the story real quick. Actually, I'm going to do the stretch first because my shoulders really need it. So, when me and my wife first got together, we're poly, and we decided to be poly before we even started dating. So let's just preference that, you know, what I'm about to say is not technically cheating. But I was leaving work one day, and I saw this lady walking towards me. She was kind of really far off, so I couldn't really see her face, couldn't see what she looked like. And she was of the curvier persuasion. Nice hips, nice top. And I'm like, oh man, she's kind of attractive. So I keep walking, you know, paying attention to the lady as she's getting closer to me. And I realize, I'm like, wait, that's my attractive lady. It was my wife, my girlfriend at the time, but my now wife. I got really excited when it like told her. I was like, oh my gosh, I was like checking this girl out and it turned out to be you. And it's still a problem that happens to this day. I have this like band of distance where I can't really see very well, even with glasses. See up front really fine. I can see really far away really fine. But there's this like middle range where like I lose definition of stuff. Like I can see the shape of a person, but like I can't really tell their like facial stuff. I suck at baseball for the same reason, because as a baseball passes through that band, I lose it. It just disappears to my eyes. Like if it's far away, I can see it, but as it gets to that band where I can't really see it, just disappears. So that still happens to me, where I'll be walking and I'm like, ooh, it's my wife. Like, and just getting excited every single time because I was checking someone out and it turned out I was just checking out my wife again. I just didn't know it was my wife till I got close enough to see that it was my wife. That was the whole TikTok. It was just a short little anecdote because I'd been telling somebody else about it recently. And I don't know. I was like, you know what? Actually, this is a funny story. The reason why I bring all of that up, though, is like, I kind of want to do little anecdotes like that as TikToks and shorts, like stuff to post to YouTube and stuff to post to TikTok. Because their discoverability is just better, unfortunately. Like the amount of people that see my TikToks, like a lot of my TikToks sit at like 2,000 views or so for the good ones. And like the bad ones are still like 900 views. Like it's way better than Twitch. And I kind of want to use that as a avenue to try to get I'd love to just hire a team to do it because I'm not as fast with editing as I would like. But obviously, I don't have the money for that, and I'm nowhere near big enough to warrant paying a team of people to make videos for me. It's never going to happen. But little anecdotes like that. Yeah, some IRL Vaughn lore. I share stories like that with y'all all the time. So I kind of want it to still be this is what you're, still have the like chaotic, all the stuff you clip, I feel like is still needed because, you know, even Ellie and them are just like, no, your streams are relatively chaotic. You're a chaotic person. And I'm just like, no, Isaac, it's very rational. It's very calm in here. We are not overly excited and crazy at all. Y'all are just making a big deal out of nothing. But yeah, there's a bunch of little stories like that. And I worry that, you know, to me, it seems like a really fun story to share. Is it? Like, to people outside of myself, IRL lore about little cutie stories like that, feel like it's gonna sell well? That's my plan anyway. It's just to share little things. I know at one point I do need to tell the thyroid story. I was telling it earlier in here, but I feel like I need to make like a proper video about it because it's kind of, you know, I've almost died so many times, but this is one of those times like I almost died to like the big C, right? So I feel like at one point I need to explain to not just the people that come in on the days I'm talking about it, to actually make a proper short and explain what happened with it. I don't see one of the rules that me and my, you know, because we're poly, right? Technically, I can be cheated on because what is cheating, right? There were some people talking in another chat last night about like how they got cheated on and how it's unfair and like I wouldn't understand because I'm poly and I can't be cheated on. And I'm like, technically, yeah. I mean, because what is cheating? What is the definition of cheating? And they're like, well, if like your significant other's talking to another girl or like, and I'm like, no, that's not cheating to me. That's not cheating by definition either. Cheating is breaking the rules, right? Doing something outside of the rules. So if you have a rule that allows you to date other people, when you're dating that other person, that's allowed, right? But say you have your partner and you both agreed that y'all were going to be vegan, and that partner broke it and decided to have a hamburger. Is that cheating? By my definition, yes. If it was a pre-agreed upon rule and y'all didn't talk about changing that rule, that's cheating, right? It's kind of like, you know, y'all didn't talk about the banker in Monopoly taking a cut every time he puts money in the bank. But if he is, cheating, right? Because he went outside of the original prescribed rules. Poly is kind of like playing Monopoly. You are just using house rules. It might not be the rules that everybody else says exist or they should follow, but it's the rules that you play when you're playing Monopoly at your house, right? It's your house rules. You're not supposed to put money under free park. You're not supposed to do that. That's not part of the rules in Monopoly. But a lot of people do it because it's their house rules and it makes the game more pleasant for them. And that's really all that is. But the rule me and her have from the very beginning before we even started dating is two big things. One, no lying. No lying. And two, we talk about it. That's the two like big founding things with my relationship with my wife. And I know that sounds stupid and simple, right? Like, of course you shouldn't lie to each other, right? Or of course you should talk about it. But how often have you had a friend or somebody that you disagreed with, and instead of fixing the problem, y'all just decided not to talk about it? And then it festered, and then like 3 weeks later, it was still a problem because y'all didn't fix it at the time. Same thing with lying. Like, there's no reason for me to lie to you guys. There's no reason other than like, you know, I'm not going to tell you where I live But that's par for the course, right? That's part of our house rules of streaming, right? You don't you don't dox yourself or other people. That's pre-agreed upon rules of streaming. But like I kind of, because of that mentality, I kind of like candid stories of like telling you about something that happened in my life because it's true. Yeah, it's a very easy thing to say, and it does cause problems because there are times where, like, that also applies to no secrets at all. Like, if she gets me something for my birthday and I 100% insist on knowing what it is, she can ask me to let me keep it a secret. But if I insist that I need to know what it is, she has to tell me. Because again, no lies. Now, obviously, there's, nuance to that, right? Like, if she's really trying to do a surprise and she doesn't want me to know about it, as long as it's not bugging me, okay, we'll do the surprise. But sometimes anxiety won't let me do that, like, and trying to hold yourself to, but it's a surprise for someone that has never had a good surprise in their life. Like, there's too much anxiety. Like, I can handle, oh, you brought me a flavor of drink I didn't know because I told you to surprise me. But not knowing I'm getting a drink because you're doing something random and you chuck it at me like a baseball, not okay.
What is this fool
Ooh. That's probably not good. I wonder if I can just take this back to the... Open this sluice gate and melt this golden golem. Well, hurry up, man. I wanted to see you break it. Okay, I don't think he's gonna break it. I was hoping he would. Really? What's the point in me opening that if you can't break it, man? Oh well. It's very anticlimactic. I moved that lever and nothing happened because this dude's like beating on it. Oh, arena. Okay. That's my fault. That's my fault. I didn't see that turned into an... Oh, there's no way I'm getting down here in the lava pit to fight this guy. Really?
No, thank you.
Oh no. Oh, and the arena is slowly closing because the lava's flowing. Okay. As much as I would love to have our talk still, I need to focus on this. Ow. Oh, that move's broken again. Whoa, whoa, what are you doing, man? Excuse me. Whoa, whoa, hold up, hold up. No, 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 don't do that. No, 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 no. We don't do that. We do not kick lava at people in this house.
Storming arrow!
Oh man, even just one hit of his stuff hit so hard. Yeah, no, that was 100% right. I definitely wasn't quick enough.
There is no escape.
I don't know how I feel about this fight. It wasn't hard, necessarily. I didn't see the thing he activated, and I rolled, like, directly at it, so... Kind of unfortunate, but.
The riches of the ball melt your
Death from above!
Okay, okay. Next phase. Back up just a little bit so I can dodge this lava a little bit. Oh my gosh, why did he get stunned back there? No! Ugh. Get out of the lava, man. Thank you. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh man.
Raining death!
Oh no! Oh no, that's another elite. Oh no. No, 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 no. We don't need you doing that. No, we don't. I need you dead. There we go. Woo!
All this heat, and I barely broke a sweat.
Okay, well, let's do this fight while we're at it. Oh, I can't go any farther back because the lava's in the way. Ah! Oh, so he got a essence of ruin. What is that? I don't know what that did, but okay. Essence of ruin. Oh, upgrades a normal magic item into one chaos modifier. Okay. Let's figure out what we're doing loot-wise real quick. Oh, that stupid hammer's a sideways thing. There we go. Let's see what else is down here. Nothing. Good. Good. Am I just supposed to teleport back out from down here? This seems like a really badly planned boss fight. Okay, whatever.
What have you learned?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Can I throw that in the stash? What happens with that? Oh, it goes here. Boo. I was hoping that would go in the gem tab. It didn't, though. I wonder if there's another... I know there's a tab for these, for the essences. Oh, I'll have to come up with something. Did I get anything else that's actually worth looking at? I actually kind of want to just see what this looks like on my person. Hold on. Oh, is it? Am I really just not going to turn? There we go.
That's beyond me at the moment.
Oh, is it? Boo. Oh, they're both 83 int. Man, I just wanted to see what it looked like on my person. Oh, well. Oh, well. I think the rest of this I'm just... Ooh.
Yes?
And max shields. It's not amazing, so let's go ahead and sacrifice that to the salvage gods.
It's a deal.
And then instead of going back to the molten vault, we need to go back to the door of the molten vault. Oh, no, he actually came back. Good.
Came back alive, did ya? I'll organize the men. We'll start carting the gold out of here. No sign of old Kamasa, eh? Well, then he won't miss it. Keep anything you're able to lift out of there yourself. Let's call it a finder's fee, eh? I'm feeling generous today, considering we actually found treasure and all came out alive.
A finder's fee for doing all the heavy lifting.
And then gives me the
Typical treasure hunter.
trash. I mean, not trash, but not anything I can use right now because I've already out-leveled it. Okay. We don't have a ton of time left. Reforging bench. Oh my. Hold up. That's new, I do believe. What in here do I have 3 of that can be reforged into something else? Is it just anything can go in here? It can. Oh, I guess not. I was really hoping that would work. Why is it not working, I wonder? Do they have to be identical? Or just similar? I don't know. I don't think I have 3 of anything to throw in there. Oh gosh, did I leave that stuff in the reforging bench? I did. What? Well, apparently that's something for another time. We'll figure that out some other time. Oh, that's the guild stash. Not what I meant to open. Okay. Just so I know where we're at, I'm going to go ahead and take us to the next area. And we have a bunch of stuff that has to happen after I get off. So I don't know. I think we're going to go here, and instead of doing anything, I'm just going to get here and we're going to log out. It's not super early, but...
When we first came to this place, death alone was the king of all that we surveyed. solemn in his high and lonely throne. We had little and were starving, but this man-made mountain offered us nourishment. Eating the caps and stems brought us grand visions of a thriving world. It was a promise of things to be. This, then, will be our new home until our promised land is made real.
Cool. Let's do... Too big, but it's fine. Okay, so the screen. We are done for today. I need to rest. I have a bunch of appointments and stuff after stream, so I got to take care of that. I also need to eat because I had like a couple of figs. Figs? Dates? Dates. I had a couple of dates, not figs. I had a couple of dates for a snack and like a Pop-Tart for breakfast. So I need actual food. I'm gonna go do that. We'll probably do... I might put it up to a poll again tomorrow and see if y'all would rather see Marvel Rivals or PoE or I don't know. We'll decide that tomorrow. That being said, Apri is trying to figure out the US by flying around on a map. So we're going to raid her. And then I'm going to go rest. If I can get the raid command to work. Wait. Why is Wampus? Let's go raid Wampus. Wampus is on during the day for some reason. So I think Wampus was doing ASMR. So heads up for that. We're going to go say hi though. I've never got to raid Wampus because they normally start streaming at like the middle of the night. They're DGen hour streamer normally. That's done. Y'all have a good day. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.